On November 5th, Americans will vote in the most important election in generations. But America's democracy can be pretty mystifying and sometimes not even very democratic. The president isn't elected by a national popular vote. Instead, candidates need a majority in something called the Electoral College. Each of the 50 states plus DC are allocated a number of electors or delegates, determined by their number of representatives in Congress. The Electoral College was designed to preserve the institution of slavery. Originally, it was a way for slaveholding states, mostly in the South, to stop the more populated states in the North from being able to abolish slavery. That means that now a combination of the Electoral College system and voter suppression gives smaller, whiter states a disproportionate influence over election outcomes. That's why there's a big focus on a very small number of swing states that will likely decide the election outcome. Last election, Joe Biden won 7 million more votes than Donald Trump. But in the Electoral College, he scraped through by less than 45,000 votes across Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin. This time around, most analysts think it will come down to 7 states: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and North Carolina. It could even come down to just 1 or 2 of those. That's why both candidates are basically focusing all of their attention on those states. But US elections aren't just a choice between candidates. They don't have compulsory voting. So just convincing people to actually turn up is really hard. The election is always on a Tuesday, meaning it's hard for working people to vote. It's always in November when it's really bloody cold in lots of places. And some states actively discourage voting by making people wait hours in long lines or by placing administrative hurdles that deliberately make it harder for voters of colour to participate. And if you think that the US desperately needs electoral reform, you'd be absolutely right. For all of those reasons, according to the polls, this election is likely to be very close. And that could be dangerous, as Donald Trump has already made it clear that he won't accept an election loss. What the next administration does in Europe, in China, on climate, how it treats its own people, that stuff matters to Australia. We don't know what will happen, but what we do in response matters. And Australia shouldn't underestimate the role we can play in the world, whatever the outcome.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to keep up to date with all our latest research and work, sign up to our newsletter. Delivered every fortnight, it includes behind-the-scenes updates from Richard Dennis, an exclusive cartoon from Judy Horacek, details for our upcoming events and webinars, as well as explainers, graphs, and not to mention the latest cutting-edge research and analysis from the team here on the key issues that are facing Australia. Click the button on your screen to check it out.